Hello, friend, and Welcome Wednesday. My name is Travis Norville. I'm the pastor here at Judson Memorial Baptist Church, and just want to say thank you for spending a little bit of time with us. Hey, let's get started off with a giving campaign. We have this Thank You Giving campaign that started, just about 10 days ago or so. Our goal was to raise $24,000. We passed a budget in May that had a $48,000 deficit on it. We thought, okay, by the end of the year, could we cut that deficit in half? And that's what this giving campaign is all about. An anonymous donor said, I'll match the first $12,000. So we are on a path of raising $12,000 to be matched by 12, make it $24,000, cut that deficit budget in half. We are now at $10,767. It is November 20th. It's 12:13 p.m. So we are well on our way to doing that. Tomorrow is Give to the Max Day here in Minnesota, so we are asking that as many people as possible are able to make a donation toward that campaign. You can use the Give the Max webpage. You can use Vanco, which is the online giving platform that Judson Church uses. You can write a check and mail it. You can drop off cash. You can make a stock transfer. You can, here on Sunday morning, we'll have the Square card reader if you want to make a donation that way. So many ways to do it. I want to say thank you in advance for your generosity. That's been just amazing, and we're going to hopefully not only just meet this goal, we're going to surpass it. Yeah, and campaign will go till December 8th. Hey, let's just talk a little bit about why I think we're going to surpass it. Because money follows mission. That's the little maxim that we use in church development circles. Money follows mission. Churches are called to do four things. And if you do those four things well, this is all in my opinion, money follows mission. I think this all comes from this sermon series we just did on Jesus' vision for your one wild and precious life. Churches are called to feed people. And when you give to Judson Church, you are feeding people. Not with the treats and coffee that's here on Sunday. All that's a part of it. But, we support Meals on Wheels by giving them not only office space, and not only do we give them use of the kitchen and also use of the fellowship hall, but we're not just giving them use of that. We are saying, hey, this is a ministry that needs to happen. We're not going to charge you anything. So we don't charge Meals on Wheels anything. We absorb their costs. And so when you give to Judson, you are thereby supporting Meals on Wheels, and you are feeding people. Churches are called to heal people. And I have on firsthand account, not just my own personal experience, but from others who talk about they came to Judson broken. They came to Judson not being able to trust people. They came to Judson having difficulty forgiving themselves and forgiving others. And this was the last stop on organized religion. I hear that quite a bit. Well, what happens after they're here for a while? Maybe they're just here for a season in life. Maybe they're here for years. You hear that people say, I feel like the brokenness in my heart is starting to mend. I can trust people. I am learning to love myself. I'm learning to love my neighbor. I'm learning to love God. I'm learning to have a compassionate heart. Healing's taking place. We're part of that. Third, churches are called to educate. To take people where they are, good when they come here, good when they leave. Just remind them of their loveliness. But then expand their minds, to expand their hearts, to expand the vision that they have for Christianity. It's not just this, narrow, judgmental, shame-ridden way, but it is a very inclusive, expansive, compassionate, justice-seeking, all these things, kind of life. And fourth, I think churches are called to worship. To give people a space where they can laugh and cry, where they can be reminded of their loveliness, where they can, again, learn to forgive and learn to practice forgiveness, where they can sing and pray and meditate and think about things and be with one another. If you do those four things well, money follows mission. And that's why I'm confident not only we're going to meet the goal of 12,000, we're going to surpass it. Okay. Moving on. We've got a few things, right? So this last week was Judson Church's 115th anniversary. There's a link to the service in this email and on this video. Hope you get a chance to watch some of that. It was great to celebrate that. It's a big deal. 115 years is a big deal. Got a couple things I want to talk about. A couple losses that we've had this week. First is Reverend Linda Tossi. Some of you may remember Linda. She was part of Judson Church probably about 14 years ago. She was instrumental in the Judson DNA project. She died this morning. Received word from Laura Halloran. We don't have any other word on services or arrangements. As soon as we get those, we'll share those with you. But I just want to let you know that. Be in prayer for Linda's son and her 3 grandchildren, and be with her friends, and pray that God's presence be with her friends and family members as well. And thank you for Linda's life, ministry, and presence and love that she shared. The other person I want to say that died is Tony Campolo. Some of you may have been a part of maybe something that, I don't know if Tony ever spoke here at Judson. Wouldn't surprise me. But Tony was a sociologist, professor, and also an American Baptist preacher. He had these, it's Friday, but Sunday's coming, right? Just look that up on YouTube. You find tons of those sermons. He preached it all the time. I was laying there in bed at 17 years old, in first semester of college. My roommate and I are about to go to sleep, and he said, "Hey, do you know about Tony Campolo's challenge?" And I was like, "No, I don't think I do." Now, I knew about Tony, and I had heard him several times, but I'd never heard this challenge. So he said, "I'm going to tell you 3 things tonight. 1, tonight 30,000 children will die of starvation in the United States. 2, you don't give a shit about it. And 3, you are more worried that I said shit in church than about the 30,000 kids that are going to die of starvation tonight." Well, what are you going to say to that? I was like, what? I'd never heard of anything like that. And, I stayed up the whole night. I think I read the Gospels through 3 or 4 times, and the next morning, mine was blown, and my life's never really been the same, right? One kind of story. I mean, it wasn't the only thing that changed me. It was a teaspoon of something. But, different people that's how they come in your life. You hear a story, your mind is expanded, your heart's softened, and you can't go back. You're not the same person. And so give thanks for somebody like Tony, and thanks for his presence in my life. And I think that's a lot about like Judson Church, helping people to have those kind of experiences. Let's give thanks for that. Okay. This week, I'll be in Portland, Oregon by the time, by the time you hear this email. But tomorrow I head out to Portland for a clergy coaching session. I'm going to be a wise guide with another pastor in a congregation out there. So it's part of a Thriving Congregations grant from Lilly Grant. It is being, how do I say this, kind of guided by the Cooperative Baptist Fellowship and AWAB. So a joint partnership, and I was asked to be a part of it. So look forward to that. I'll be back next week, and we'll go from there. So, friends, I want to say, again, thank you for your generosity toward the Thanksgiving campaign. You can donate by going online for the Give the Max page for Judson Church. You can use Vanco, which is the online platform that we use for online giving. You can write a check. Just put Thanksgiving on the memo line. You can give cash. You can come to church on Sunday, and Eileen will have the square card reader. I mean, we got all kind of ways for you to give. I just want to say thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your giving. Thank you for making Judson this wonderful church. And we will go from there. Hope you have a great week. Stay warm, stay well fed, and keep these hearts tender. All right, friends. Bye.